We're all in the pursuit of something.
What is up, people? Welcome to a new episode of The Pursuit. We are currently living in the day that is called Tuesday, and we're gonna train back. It is a beautiful day to get swole. It's nice and gray. Haven't seen the sun in a couple of months, but the sun is actually shining, so today is actually a beautiful day to get swole. But we're still getting swole, so let's go. I'm gonna train some back. I'm gonna do my barbell rows, and I'm gonna try to take a step back with those to build them back up. So I'll be seeing you in the gym for when that happens. All right, time for the bent over rows. I'm gonna do the same approach as with the deadlifts. So I'm gonna go back to my back of set weight, and I'm gonna make that my top set now and build back up from there. So I know I can do this weight properly usually, so I should be able to do that today as well. That's what we're gonna go for. All right, that felt proper. I'm gonna stick with the same weight for another set. Some people ask me why I'm still doing bent over rows. Apparently it is a non-optimal movement. I guess it's non-optimal because you cannot externally stabilize it like you can with a chest supported row. I think this is an argument that's been around for a while now, and I think it's mostly stupid because every exercise has a purpose. I want to train my whole posterior chain, and I want to use muscles for different functions, be that isometric contractions or going through full range of motion. The back has more muscles than just the lats and the upper back. The erectors are also part of the back, and I want to give them a good stimulus as well throughout the week. 2 times usually, once with the deadlifts, once with the bent over rows. This one is more of an isometric hold, mostly. There will be some movement, and the deadlifts will be more of a full range of motion, almost. Not a real full range of motion because you'll have spinal flexion as well, but let's leave that aside and just focus on the point that you don't always have to extremely isolate a muscle to have a proper training. With this movement alone, I just did pull-ups and bent over rows. I can essentially, I've trained my whole back versus me doing 10 different exercises with chest supported this, chest supported this. They also have their place, but I guess stop overgeneralizing things and use context. Back day finished, back day 1 of 2. I did obviously bent over rows. Before I did bent over rows, I did single arm pullovers, which is more so a rehab exercise for my shoulder. I'll show that another time. Then I did pull-ups, then I did the bent over rows. Then I did chest supported DY rows, so we did some more optimal stuff. After that I did cable rows, close grip, again non-optimal. I'm doing like 50% optimal split. After that I did semi-supinated grip pull downs, which would be considered more of an optimal movement because it's kind of at shoulder width. It's with a Mac grip, so it falls in that optimal space, I think. After that, reverse pec deck flies or rear delts, single arm preacher curls, incline dumbbell bicep curls, and then we split. Now we're here. I'm gonna try to do this in one take because I need to get home and get my meal in before 5, because if I don't get my post meal in before 5, I'm never gonna be able to get all my meals for the rest of the day in. But as I was, training during my rest periods between sets, thought popped into my head of like, I remember having this conversation with Callum when I won my pro card. It's like, almost 50, I don't know where he got these stats from though, but it's like almost 50% of guys, especially guys who win their pro card, never compete as a pro anymore because the leap's too big sometimes. And to be honest, for me, the leap is big. So at that moment, when he said that to me, I committed myself to not being one of those people who's not gonna compete as a pro, right? And then everything's going well, it's easy to say that, but then shit happens, right? Not too much after I injured myself, been injured for a whole year. I'm still working my way out of it. It becomes, every single day it becomes the harder choice to make, to say like, okay, I'm gonna continue to work towards this goal and not say like, all right, it might not be for me. I'm gonna just take the way out here, because the way out always seems light, right? It's the paved way. It's light, it's easy, but it takes courage to because you gotta make this decision every single day. Say like, you know what? I'm gonna take this path that is not illuminated, that I can't see, that I don't know where it's gonna take me. I don't know what challenges are gonna lie on that path. Every day is just gonna be another day of trying to move forward on that path and trying to find my way, paving my own way to get to that goal that I want to. Especially when you're on the back foot, because now you're injured. There's still this leap to make, right? Got to consider, I've only ever done 2 regional shows and 2 pro qualifiers, and now I'm working towards an open pro bodybuilding show. So that's quite a big leap, and to do that on the back foot, for me, that's very much walking a dark path that is not illuminated, and that is very challenging mentally. But you know what? Every single day I still continue to make that choice to go down that path, and so far I made progress. I feel like I've come closer to my goal. I'm not there, but I've come closer. As long as my body lets me, I'm just going to continue to do so. So I think that's what I wanted to say. I hope it doesn't sound too cliche or too cringy, because that's honestly my train of thoughts during my training. I'm just like, you know what? Take the path. Do it. Just go where there are no directions, where there is no light for you, where you just have to go and do it. Yeah, once again, hope it doesn't sound too cringy, but that's it. Now I'm gonna have my post shake. 50 grams of Carbex, highly branched cyclic dextrin, 15 grams of essential amino acids. I had 30 grams of whey a couple of minutes ago, and then I'm driving home and get a massive meal in, which is probably going to take me 30 or 45 minutes again. This is great fun. All right, guys and girls, we're back, and it's dark. It is, I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it. As you can see in this window here, it's another beautiful day to get swole. And we're off to the gym once again. Gone through the morning battles, which are first battle of the day, getting my socks on. Those of you who've been in a deep off season, or who are in a deep off season, are in the know. Then meal number 1, which is alright, it goes in. It's not easy, but it goes in. But then the pre-workout meal, damn. At this point, it's work. I have this big ass bowl of food that I gotta get down, preferably by a specific time, so I can be on schedule with my meals for the rest of the day. But it becomes almost like a ritual. Yeah, it's work, like I said. I put down the bowl on table, put on a YouTube video that is preferably 30 minutes long, so it just keeps me distracted. Specifically AirPods, because the sound is so close to me that it kind of puts me more into a focused zone, and I just mindlessly eat. I have to, because if I don't mindlessly eat, I'm puking. And even when I do it like this, it's a fight not to puke, especially towards like the last 1/3 of the meal, when my stomach is really getting full, and then it becomes harder and harder not to puke after every single bite. So that's the challenge. And then once the meal is done, that urge to throw up the food stays there for like another 15 minutes. And then just 1 hour after I finish that meal, I was gonna do work in the meantime, but 1 hour after I finish that meal, I gotta get my pre-workout shake in, which is cyclic dextrin and whey. And then I'm off to the gym, so that's where we are now. and we're gonna train push, and it's gonna be a challenge once again because I did get a little bit of a reaction from my last push day, and Ruben gave me some feedback on my pressing, so I'm kind of where I was a little bit more confident. Now I'm going into the session a little bit less confident and more anxious of doing it wrong again and hurting shit, but it's been like that for a while now, so I'm just gonna try to apply the feedback that he gave me, keep doing the same weight, hopefully. It seems we have traffic. Yeah, so that will be the goal for this session. Implement the feedback and still do the same weight, so be able to use the same intensity with better form, hopefully for the same amount of reps or maybe even more, I don't know, and not hurt myself. But like I said, it's I'm kind of nervous at the moment. So we're almost at the gym now already, so I'll see you guys there. All right, first off, obviously the shoulder press after I've done cable sides or Y raises. With the shoulder press though, I feel like that one went all right last week. I got 10 reps on 42, so I'm going up to 44 for this top set now. More so the chest presses that are the hardest part for me, but we'll see. Let's get it. I think there were 9 reps. I think I could have done one more, but wanted to stay fully in control, and there were a couple of reps where I felt the dumbbell wanting to move forward instead of staying locked in there. So a little bit to improve upon next time. But overall, okay. All right, we have come to the moment. Incline dumbbell chest press. This is the one I needed to improve. My forearms are kind of fatigued, so last time I did this, the limiting factor for me was the dumbbell kind of falling inward, which I felt happening during my warm-up set as well with the lighter weight. But if I can provide the platform of stability from my shoulders, then it should be going all right. My focus points are maintaining tension in my armpit when I lower the weight, keep that serratus active. And on the previous one, it seemed like my left one was driving further out than my right, so I need to fully go up with my right as well. Usually I don't really go for a full lockout on presses, but this is just a functional thing. Not necessarily a lockout from the elbow, but more so the shoulder blade, the serratus that needs to be coming forward and provide a platform for the back to work on. So there's a lot. I'm just going to focus on those two things: maintaining tension, locking, or fully protracting out. All right, I'm going to focus. All right. No panic. What happened there? I do not have a single clue. I think I know what happened actually. As I pressed up, I kind of lost the line of my pressing, and then I just felt that I did, and so as a reaction I let go. It's really a focus thing there. The strength is there really. So these kind of things are what I'm nervous about before the session. I really can't stand it if I regress. Can't stand it. Fucking hate it. But I'm gonna try to set again in a bit. That was the forearm fatigue again. This set and the previous set. You can see that dumbbells start to fall. I don't know why. Obviously I had it yesterday as well in my pull session. My forearms used to be rock solid in terms of strength and stamina, but all of a sudden they give in without me necessarily going heavier. Annoying. Hello. It is currently Friday. It's a rest day today. Yesterday was legs. Didn't take the camera because I didn't have too much time and leg sessions take long. I've been feeling progress is going alright. I did my check-in today and I was actually pretty happy with the visuals. I could see that I am growing. So that's good. My body is giving me signals like around my knees, some of the attachment points of my quads, especially the outer sweep, and also around the elbows, things are kind of So I probably got to do a little bit of a deload for it. Hopefully today I'll get some dry needling done just to loosen up those tissues. That is the status. The feedback from Patrick was good. He said looking full and round. More food is no problem if I want to get more food in, because it seems that it's helping. Just got to make sure it doesn't mess up my digestion and my midsection, so we're keeping an eye on that. But all in all, I feel like a little bit more food here is helping, moving things forward. And yeah, we're going to continue that. Got a lot of work today still, because rest days are work. A lot of work that I can't do on training days because of the time that I'm busy with training and eating. Today I'm also spending time on eating, just not training. Did my cardio this morning, and yeah, that's all. Tomorrow is going to be a pull day, so I'm going to make sure I recover well and get a good session tomorrow if my forearms allow. Another one on that topic, actually, I sent my pressing videos from the other day, which you would have seen by now, to Ruben, and he's like, yeah, the dumbbells coming inward is basically, again, your body trying to close the distance between the weight and the joint just to make things easier. It's kind of the body either wanting to hold the dumbbell closer, or now in this case, because I'm keeping it wider, it's starting to tip in because my body's still trying to find a way to make it easier and not express that joint and all the tissues here to so much mechanical tension. But we want to have that mechanical tension there, so we need to uphold the moment arm and not let it get closer, cave in. So also for you guys, if you find yourself, getting stronger with presses, especially if they're like dumbbell presses where you're kind of free to hold the dumbbells where you want to, but now all of a sudden you're also noticing that you're holding the dumbbell a little bit closer to your body as you lower it. It's not coming as wide as it was before maybe. You might be progressing in terms of numbers on the dumbbells, but if the chest really gets more stimulus is a question, because you've now also shortened the moment arm, and that's going to be a part of the equation for the amount of mechanical tension or torque that the muscle or joint, in this case we're talking about muscles, experiences. So make sure that when you progress, you standardize your form, and especially with things like dumbbells, you don't change distances. That's very important. All right, back day once again. We're starting with the neutral grip pull downs. I didn't explain before why I don't do this one single arm, because a lot of people do these types of pull downs single arm. Problem I have with single arm pulling movements is that there's a lot of anti-rotation or rotation going on, because If you look at it closely, a lot of guys, when they do the single arm movements, a lot of the range of motion is actually them rotating their trunk, which is obviously going to take the weight for part of the movement. And it also creates a factor of instability that's just not there when you do two at the same time. You can create more stability and therefore more output and more actual range of motion on the muscle. Now there is a thing to say for the range of motion part, because when you do a single arm, you can create a little bit more range of motion. But again, that might be already like nullified when you take into account the rotation aspect. Now if you don't rotate and you do the full range of motion, yes, then there's more range of motion possible with a single arm. But then again, that drastically limits your capacity to load it, oftentimes. I'm not saying don't do it, I'm just saying that's why I, at the moment, don't do it. I just do two at a time. So enough talking, we're gonna try to get this done. I have a little bit of forearm fatigue going on, get some dry needling yesterday in the forearm, so hopefully they work with me today. Still a little bit of that forearm fatigue going on, so I might have to do a little bit of deloading, but still a good set. All right, I'm gonna open up the door here. We're just done with the session. I turned the camera off and focused on my session as my forearm was acting up, so I had to kind of adjust on the spot and had to have my focus there. Because remember, I'm still an active bodybuilder, so training is actually very important and I can't have anything interfere with it. Where I can, I'll take you guys and show whatever I can, but sometimes I just gotta, put the blinders on and focus. So that's what I did. Is my pronator muscle here that is acting up. So anything with pronation is kind of hurting right now, which if I think about it, is just, as with anything, it's overworked a little bit from the last period, and that started probably being a problem when my sleep got bad. Now my sleep is better right now, but it's gonna take a while to get back out of that recovery deficit from the bad sleep. But then, sleep wasn't too good. Add to that I was all of a sudden doing more dumbbell movements, which requires a lot of, forearm work as well, within the exercise, but even just picking up the dumbbells, bringing up the dumbbells, putting them down, all that stuff. Then on top of that, I was doing 20 plus sets for back per week without straps, and obviously bicep work on top of that as well, which is all gonna kind of tax that pronator muscle. So it just got too much for it, especially once recovery got worse, and now I need to pay the bills for that. So good news is anything with a neutral grip doesn't hurt, and anything with supination is kind of on the fence, but bicep curls, direct bicep curls hurt. Light pull downs with a pronated grip or overhand grip rows kind of stuff, that hurts. So I just got to stick to neutral grip right now. Maybe try to do some light bicep work. I'll put some TB 500 in it as well. Now with sleep better, it's just gonna give it some time to kind of ease, and then I can go back to direct bicep curls and pronated work as well. Might slightly adjust volume for back, because I believe my previous split I was doing 18 sets a week, and right now I'm training back. I'm doing push-pull rest. Push-pull legs rest, push-pull legs rest. So by that logic, I always train back 2 times per 7 days. And so if I'm doing 5 or 6 exercises per day, per back day, that's going to be 10 to 12 exercises times 2 sets. It's going to be 20 to 24 sets of back per week, which might be a little bit too much of a good thing. So I'm gonna pull that back just a little bit, see if that makes progress happen faster in terms of strength adjustments, strength adaptations and performance. And that's also part of the game. It's fun. You're gonna have to go and learn get to know your body, start to recognize the symptoms. It's a little bit different per individual. The rules all apply kind of to everyone, but the limits are different per individual. I push my limits always. sometimes I have to pay the bills for it. So not bad. Actually a decent session in the end. Had a good pump in my back. I think I did some damage there. Good damage. Sun is kind of shining, kind of through the clouds. Haven't seen the sun in a couple of months, and now it's off to back to home. Try to get all my meals in for the day. And yeah, tomorrow's a rest day, but I might be back with you guys before the end of this video. Right, it's currently Sunday evening and the week is done. Today was a rest day and tomorrow is going to be push day. Tomorrow's going to be a new week. That's pretty much it. I don't have a lot more to add. I hope you guys enjoyed this video this week. Another week of off-season done. Another week closer to the pro debut. And another week around the corner. So let's make sure it's another productive one and a progressive one. If you did like this video, please make sure to comment, like, subscribe. Send it through to a friend, and I'll see you for the next one.
I chose bodybuilding as my journey, and I'm loving every second of it. Welcome to the pursuit.